Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Daryl Johnson from Middlesbrough, north east of England today. Now, welcome to something a bit different. As you'll see from the title, I'm planning a bit of a debate over footballers. Now, people have said, right, because of speculation of Ronaldo getting, goodness knows how much every week, almost £1 million every week, and Messi getting not that far off the same as well, money-wise for him. I want you all to think about this. I've got Sack on the Skype call, and I don't know if he'll be part of it. He's sat there anyways. Hold on, I'll put you on the loudspeaker. Hold on a second. One second.
How's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully you guys are doing alright.
Yes. Right. I was going to ask this in your live stream, but obviously I didn't get a chance. Now, everyone, I know there's hardly anyone in the actual live chat at the minute, but when you watch this video over again, I want you to put this in the comments, and I want you to put an argument to this. Right? Do you think footballers are paid way too much money in these days? If you were playing in the olden days, you would get less money. But Ronaldo, if United wanted him and he was going to charge 350 million, so he can't afford that. So do get your thoughts, opinions in the comments. So Sack, do you think footballers are paid too much?
Well, right, so I have a different opinion to a lot of people. I would say, I'd say there's actually a difference in what kind of level you're at, because I believe that people in lower leagues, like in League Championship, maybe Middlesbrough players, people like that, some of the players in the Championship, or players even in League 1 and League 2, I think a lot of these players are underpaid. I think a lot of people are unpaid in them kind of leagues, but in the Premier League, I think obviously football players are definitely overpaid. I think Ronaldo and Messi are maybe exceptions because they're probably the greatest football players I've seen, and I think a lot of people have seen ever. So I think, in my opinion, they should be paid the mega bucks, because if you consider the amount of money, the amount of crowd people are paying, footballers do deserve, footballers that actually do well do deserve money. They do deserve their brand deals. They do deserve all of the above. And if you think how much money is being pumped into football, with it being the most watched sport in the world, you would not be surprised how people are on that much money. I just think people like Ashley Young should not be on 100k a week. I don't think people that really don't earn their keep should be on that kind of money. I think they're wage thieves. And in my opinion, they're the people I think should be cut down. I think Ashley Young in particular, for me, from a Manchester United fan's perspective, I think he should be up 30k a week. I do not think he should be 100k a week. I believe there are players like, though, in the Spurs setup that should be paid way more than what they are. For example, I think Dele Alli, obviously right now, he was only getting paid, I think it was like 80 grand a week, which is still amazing for a working class person. But you've got to get this out of your head that football players are not working class people. They're people that are professionals. They're like athletes. And when you look at other sports, if you treat them like athletes, not working class people, Formula One, Lewis Hamilton is paid £14 million a year. Ridiculous. But it's how sport works. I bet Usain Bolt was on 20 million a year. I reckon you see all these extremely popular athletes, and they get paid a lot of money. If you just times the exposure you get on the Olympics by like 100 or 200, that's what you get in football each year. And that is why I believe football players at an elite level do deserve it, but at a lower Premier League level, like a low Premier League, like a Stoke City level, do not. But in the Championship, I do believe they earn more. They should earn more money as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think Premier League players and sometimes Championship players are paid a lot of money. Sunderland players, they don't score many goals, and yet they don't, and they're still in the bottom three. I think they're actually bottom of the league, which is a bit hilarious. Stoke have scored at Brighton or Hove Albion, in case you don't know. We have two in the stream. Hello to Nicholas Angelo from the Netherlands. Welcome to the stream. He says, I believe that football players are paid fairly. They work hard throughout their whole life and deserve whatever pay they get depending on how good they are. Also says, players deserve to be paid heaps if they are like God when it comes to football, as it is a very hard game to perfect. And I agree, interesting point you made there. Yeah, a lot of the time, it depends. I feel that people should be paid lots of money depending on what they do. If they perform well, yeah, they should get a bit more, you know. But even if they're not playing, I mean, Ronaldo, I mean, Bale and all them other ones, so they've been missing like for 1 or 2 games before, you know, and they still get paid the same amount of money. And I think it's a disgrace. If they don't play because they're injured, they should get maybe a bit less money and give more players a better chance. I mean, there's some players that, yeah, they're not as good as Messi and all them, but they are getting money that actually help them. There isn't a single footballer who doesn't deserve to be paid short amount of money. I mean, every player should get a right on what amount of money they want. But when it's over like, you know, it's just it's hard because, you know, Ronaldo wants he wants how much like 200 million pound a year. That's a disgrace. And I'm going to come to what you said about Lewis Hamilton, 14 million a year. I feel it all depends on what type of job or sport they're doing. I mean, yeah, he'll get loads more money if he keeps winning the Formula 1 races and all them. But when you lose things, your money starts to drop a bit, and then you're getting urged to get more, you see. Nicholas also says, I believe that players should only be paid when they play, rather than when they're injured as well. And that's the exact point I've just made as well. Yeah, they should not be paid when they will. But the thing is, the government these days have put something in that and it happens to teachers as well. Like if you're off sick, you get something called sick pay, which basically you get paid the same amount of money that you would in that day. So teachers get about 50, 60 pounds, I'd say, per day of teaching, which is only 6-7 hours. So they get paid well, that's what my teachers in the middles will do, but around 50, 60 quid get paid for 1 day of teaching, which is 6 hours. And yeah, it's quite a shock, and they still get the same amount of money when they're ill. Nicholas has said something else. Thank you for putting all these comments in, Nicholas. Do thank you for joining as well. I find it disgraceful that some players don't join the foundation that One Matter endorses, where you donate 1% of your pay to charity.
Oh yeah, I completely agree, to be honest with you. I think, I do think personally that I think players should be obliged to, in their contract, have to donate even 1% of a 200 grand salary is an insane amount per week. 1% is not a lot at all, and you can just put 1% into a charity. That can make the difference to someone's life. And if you imagine all the Premier League players, Messi, Ronaldo, well, not Premier League, just every single football player, that would be probably £1 billion a year to charity, with just 1% of people's income. That is an insane amount of money that could go to charity for a really, really good cause. And I think if someone like EA or FA, if a FA or FIFA actually did introduce this could make a huge difference to people's lives. But at the same time, 1% maybe to a conference player would be a lot of money. So I think there has to be balance to this. I think maybe championship and above, definitely the higher levels of football, people aren't struggling for money in the higher levels of football. I think in English football, for example, you can start the 1% rule at the Championship up to the Premier League, and that could be done for all the leagues: Calcio A, Bundesliga, La Liga. Really, really League One, all these really up in the leagues definitely need this rule. We can really do some good with just a little bit of everyone's money. Like 1% for Messi is literally nothing. So it really wouldn't affect the players at all, and it just makes a huge difference to people's like lives. So I just think that should be really introduced, and I think that should be a rule. It doesn't always have to be the same charity. It can be different charities. It doesn't have to be the massive one. It can be whatever, but it just has to be a charity. That's kind of what I think about it. But I don't know what everyone else thinks about it.
Yeah, I've just seen here Tony Pulis has been sacked. Shame. Never mind.
Yeah, I saw that today. Yesterday.
Yes, interesting point you made there. I'm going to go back to Nicholas's point. He just said another 2 comments. It should be that depending on what you pay. Part of it's given to a charity of their choice. Yeah, obviously a lot of the charities they go for are charities that, they are important charities. But at times, a lot of it goes to their football. Sometimes their money goes to the football club's foundation, try and keep the football club up. So if you're being paid big bucks, you should have to donate heaps. Hold on, I think I've read that one. So
maybe they should have like a wage. Maybe if you earn over 100k, 10% of that goes to charity. If you earn over 100k, 10% maybe goes to charity.
So that's only like 10 grand. But yeah, right. I'll try and read this again. Right. Sorry, Nicholas, about this. I've read your thing wrong. So if you are being paid big bucks, you should have to donate heaps. But if you don't make much, you don't have to give anything at all. Oh well, much at all. I mean, it depends how much money you've got as a footballer. And obviously I'm going to go into different sports as well. Any person in the world, even the Queen, she's so rich, she donates to charities and stuff. And she's donated quite a few bit of money as well. For like, these poppy things and all them. Foot Players joined the stream. Welcome to the stream, bud. Welcome to the stream. He says, no, they aren't paid too much. Why? Why are you saying that? Because, just please explain that, because we need to make sure to explain the point. But, well, it depends. It depends what type of players you are. If you're Ronaldo, you get paid a good amount of money. But I feel his transfer budget is too much. Too much money. But
I think Ronaldo deserves... Well, in my opinion, you're seeing the best 2 football players of forever right now until someone else comes along. And I think they don't probably be on that amount of money, but they are, because the amount of money in the sport. It would be a different game plan if football wasn't that big. Say football was the size of rugby and people still getting paid, that would be ridiculous. But because football's so big, there's so much money being pumped into it every day. If you think kit sales, football bags, football, everything. You've got football pitches, you've got football scarves, you've got football tickets, you've got match tours, you've got football shirts, jumpers, everything you want. There's anything you can have here. You can even have like an Xbox football sticker wrap in it of your favourite club. You can have literally anything you want on for football wise. So you just think all of that money's being pumped into football. Really, there's so much more money that players could have, and they don't. Like, I think players do deserve, like elite players do deserve it, but obviously not the elite don't. But I think it is reasonable when you think about how much money is being pumped into the game. It's being pumped into the sport. Yeah.
Nicholas said, Footplay actually says, they are, aren't they? Well, there you go. Do you think there should be a limit to the amount of money footballers are paid, says Nicholas? Yeah, there should be. Definitely. Because players are asking for way too much money when sometimes they don't even play. Kate Unlug from Australia, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining over from Australia. Nice to see you again. Please like the stream if you haven't already. We're 2 likes, and we are at 84 subscribers. Let's please keep subscribing, please. Footballs are paid way too much money, he says. Yeah, and that's exactly the point we've just been saying about. Nicholas says...
Getting those clubs, my friend?
Yeah. Yeah, Nicholas says like a salary cap, maybe. Interesting points that we're making here. He says, also, a quick question. Why do you think I come from the Netherlands? Because someone from the Netherlands told me that you were actually from the Netherlands. I thought you actually... And obviously it's a lie, obviously, is it? Oh, I don't know. Are you or not? I don't know. Yeah, the Aussies are just... Oh, he's not. Sorry. Yeah, like I said, I do agree. But, yeah, K Unlug, yes, oh, he's from Australia. Yeah, I knew we had some Australian people in. Sorry, mix of places. I've got Dutch people and, you know, Australian people and obviously UK people. Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, K Unlug, you've said players are paid too much. Like I'm going to say to everyone else, explain why, so then that we can make a good point about it. But yeah, I think a salary cap would be good. You know, you can only get.
I think the problem with a salary cap is that I think the problem with a salary cap is the fact that some clubs are earning way more than others, and I think a salary cap on Real Madrid would kind of screw over the players, because if you think how much money Real Madrid are making, Ronaldo, say the salary cap was 100k, Ronaldo should be earning so much more than that, and then you could have like other players earning the same amount of bucks as the best player in the world, arguably, with Messi.
Yeah, so I was just finishing me rap. Yeah, people say salary caps could be a good idea, when yet, you know, like you've just said, they don't realise that it can be causes a problem. I mean, 100k, Ronaldo could pay that easily. That's just pocket money, basically, for him. Messi's same. Any little salary that he gets, or, you know, he'd get... Right, interesting point here. Unlook says, well, I get that what a footballer earns their life wage is doing 18 to 34, but even taking that into account, it's still more than enough money. Yeah.
Yeah, mate, I've got to. I've got to go.
Oh, okay, no problem. Right. Anyway, cheers for coming on, mate.
Yeah, it's alright, mate. Hopefully you have good luck with your stream, because hopefully, obviously, it sounds like a really good debate, my friend. I just go and do some more homework, because I've got a PE mock, because I'm doing GCSE PE, and tomorrow, so I've really got to revise my app.
Okay. So, I'll try and get you on for the Man United preview tomorrow if I'm available, or I'll see if I can get anyone on tomorrow. But
wait, on mine or yours?
Mine.
Yeah, right. Okay. Also, I'll probably have mine as well, so we'll probably do mine and yours then.
Oh, so we'll just combine it together. Okay. Cheers, mate. Thanks for being on.
Yeah. Alright, have a good one. Good luck with your stream, my friend. Goodbye.
There you go. That was Sax Footy World, ladies and gentlemen, in the stream. He just finished. I've just started my stream like a minute or so after he'd finished his live Manchester United career mode on FIFA 18 PS4. Yes, like I say, interesting points he made. Like salary cap, maybe. Yeah, it could be a possibility. Do get your thoughts and opinions in. But I mean, we're looking here, and reason I'm going to link this into Manchester United, well, because Manchester United have put in a 136 million bid to sign both Gareth Bale and Antoine Griezmann, the two Madrid players. Being honest, if we sign Bale, then he can help. He can actually be part of the team when if Mkhitaryan gets injured or he has a break. And then we've got him because of right mid. Griezmann, we don't need, I feel, because we've got 4 strikers: Lukaku, Rashford, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and Anthony Martial does play. He can play in an attacking role. Oh, sorry, I've just remembered we have got Jesse Lingard as well. But it's two. We need about 3 or 4 at least. But yeah, it's United have a lot of money, but it's too much money for all them. Brighton have scored against Stoke City 1-1. But I feel if we were going to get them, I would pay a lot less. There's no point paying 136 million just for 2 players, even though they are good players. They're not world class, though, are they? Ugh, talking about Brighton have just scored. Kurt Zouma's just scored for Stoke. Oh God. But yeah, if you haven't been able to join the stream, then don't worry. I thank you all for joining, and please keep subscribing. Do like the stream if you haven't already. Please keep putting your thoughts and opinions, and I hope to hear from yous in maybe the next 24 hours talking about this debate. I will look at the comments and I will reply to them. And I will see you tomorrow evening around 7 o'clock for the Manchester United versus Basel, Bayern versus Anderlecht. If I'm right, I think we're playing Anderlecht. Bayern versus Anderlecht and Borough versus Birmingham City live preview. I'll see you tomorrow night. For that, till then, I've been Dale Johnson. Good night.